Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Let's Play Chrono Trigger. In the last episode, we did a quick little run-off into the Hecarim Cave and tested out our magic and found out that Magus created Lavos 400 years ago in the Middle Ages. So today we're going to go to Truce Canyon / the Middle Ages and try and stop Magus. Now, if you're the type of person to do a lot of grinding and you want to get, all the new techs and stuff, one, you will naturally get a lot of techs, almost all of them, in fact, before the final boss of the game. So you don't gotta stress. You don't gotta worry. You will get them by the end of the game, for sure. And all your party members, you will probably cycle through them at some point and test out everybody to see who is the best fit for you. There's also one thing I forgot to do back in our timeline, which was visit the marketplace. If you remember when we were on our trial doing a prison escape, there was a character that I saved from the guillotine. If you go to the market, that character will be there, and he will give you, I believe, 10 regular ethers or 10 mid-ethers, one of the two. And, yeah. Actually, I forgot to do one more thing. Also, once again, still true for this part of the game. If you always talk to this bush, that koala will always drop a shelter. I forgot to go down here. You can't hold down. I am holding down right now, and you can't go down anymore. And the reason for that is
our provisions are depleted. Have the supplies still not arrived from the castle? We'll starve at this rate.
Would that our strength were enough to best the Fiend Lord's army. But alas, our only hope lies with the hero. We sent our order's finest knights to march on the enemy in order to ensure the hero's safe passage. So, these guys are holding the front line, and that's why you can't go past the bridge. So, let's go back to the castle, because that guy did just say, or the commander just said, hey, where are our provisions? And we're going to go hopefully get them. Bring some food to the soldiers. Boop, boop, doo, la, la. Who goes there? Oh, it's you again. Before you do anything, let's go up to the king's quarters. And the reason why I'm saying to do this is because the king is bedridden. Sir Cyrus must have sent that boy to us.
Oh, Chrono, have I grown too old for this? With Sir Cyrus nowhere to be found, all our hope rests on the shoulder of that boy who bears the hero's badge.
He has gone to the southern continent. So, we have to find this boy who has a hero's badge and go to the southern continent. Oh, and before I forget, if you're trying to grind for TP or tech points or toilet paper, whichever you prefer calling it, we'll get to that. We'll get to a point actually fairly soon that will tell you everything you need to know. Enough of that. Are you never going to set aside your petty feud? You're grown men, act like it. Mind your business. What do you know of it anyway? Men are such fools. He may act like he doesn't care, but our master's always worried about the commander. So, the master of the chefs, the master chef, I guess. Yo, just like the TV show, bro. His brother is the commander. Wait! Okay. Take this for the troops. Obtained spiced jerky. And this is for you. When you see that full brother of mine, tell him he had better come back alive. And also, before I forget, while you're here in this town, or in this, in this castle. God, my brain is fried today. You'll see that there are no beds available, so you cannot use the beds for a full heal. and I don't think you're able to use... Well, you can't use them for free. Obviously, you can still go into town and go to an inn and use that. Or you can use a shelter in the overworld to fully heal, which is what I recommend, especially since more than likely you're getting 2 or 3 shelters every time you come into this this castle and going through the forest. Regardless, let's go back here to Xenon Bridge, talk to the commander, give him the food. But yeah, you also get, if I should not return alive, give my brother my thanks. Anyway, for getting this little part of the story done, you also get your strength capsule. A strength capsule, rather. Also, I'm going to not read every single line again. I'm going to stop reading every single dialogue box unless I find it important. I was mostly doing it before because I was trying to fill in space because I'm not necessarily rusty, but I'm just very bad at commentary. Alright, so commentary aside, Ozzy and the skeletons. Ozzy has, I'm going to show you here with Luca, perfect magic defense, but his physical defenses are pretty low. As you can see, if you kill Ozzy, you kill the skeletons. You will get the same experience and the same TP and everything if you kill Ozzy, or if you break his spell versus if you kill the skeletons. So don't worry, you're still getting the same amount of stuff. Speaking of Ozzy, he is actually named after a musician from... I don't remember the decade. Don't do this to me. He's named after Ozzy Osbourne. There's also a couple other characters in this game that are named after musicians. We'll get to that. Okay. Drat. Before you continue on, I highly recommend you heal up. Make sure you're at full health before you go on. That's it. This time you're finished, I mean it. Isn't it about time you gave up? Mess with Chrono and you'll be sorry. Oh god, what is this? It is, in fact, a boss. Go, Zombor, crush Lord Magus's enemies. Alright, I can't remember which for sure, but we're gonna use lightning on that, and ice on that, and then I think fire is gonna have to go up top. Let's see. Other way around. Oops. This guy has resistances, or heals, from certain moves on certain parts of his body. You can also do regular attacks on him. But I just recommend doing magic because it does quite a bit of damage versus your regular attack. If you want to use fire and lightning, you have to attack his his bottom half. Ice to attack his top half. As you can see. Okay. Did I do that? Wait. Am I a Goofy Goober? Okay, no. I fixed it. Goodness gracious. I was like, wait a minute, am I wrong? Did I say something? But no, we're good. Both parts of his body both parts of the skeleton Zombor's body have separate HP. Ooh, that is quite a bit there that it just did. Uh-oh. We're gonna wait on Chrono, do an Aura Whirl, and then you use fire so we can get some healing done and also still output some damage. Oof. Oof. Alright. That should be the legs gone. No? Wow, that's actually kind of shocking. I figured they'd be gone by now. There we go. Okay, the legs are now gone. When it says death, 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 that means the legs stopped working. If he does that move, but it doesn't say death, 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 that means the legs are still alive. Okay, since you can't use lightning or... Ooh, that might actually kill Chrono. Oh, no, we're good. Still barely alive. Since you can't use lightning or fire on the top half of the body, Luca and Chrono are just going to start physically attacking. Oh, nice crit. I'm probably just going to have Chrono heal himself with a mid potion. There we go. Magic also does go a little slow in this game. I'll actually use Luca this time to heal. Oh, no. We're fine. And nah, I'm not going to risk it. Let's just use a regular potion. There we go. Let's see. MP Buster. When this happens, it's battle over. 350 experience, 10 TP, 1500 gold. And with that, this area is done. We have access to the southern continent. Let's talk to this guy, see if we can buy any good new items. Can't buy any gear, but we can buy health potions and such. I'm not going to buy any shelters, but I'll buy a few mid potions. I'll buy 7, just so we can round out to a nice 20. The hero has come at last? Let's see. This is the Elder's house. Oh. Alright. Do not call me a legendary explorer without reasons. I will not disappoint. I'll be awaiting good news. The rainbow shell. That is something that'll come in handy later. Here's a residence. Talk to this guy. Well, oh, talk to him twice, maybe? Ah, there you go. So you have to walk up to the shelf first before you can talk to him. Check the shelf to make sure it's locked, and then come talk to this guy. Is that Naga bromide you're hiding there? Won't you do an old man a favor and trade it to me? I'll give you something good in exchange. Say all right, because the Naga bromide doesn't do anything for you. And in exchange, you get a magic capsule. Pretty worth it, in my opinion. And if you need to rest, the inn is here. Toma is already drinking quite a bit. We will rest here, just because I don't feel like using a shelter. You can also see Luca and Marl with their hair down. Or out, I guess. If you feel like it, you can talk to all the people in town. I usually just talk to the people that are the most present, the most important. Oh, here's another inn. So now here's another town. Another market. And then that guy falls over. It's so heavy. If you didn't notice it at first, there is a little glowy part over here. Pick it up, get a strength capsule. Go to the tavern. Not a whole lot going on here, so I'm not going to talk to anybody. Actually, is it here? I do recommend talking to people if it's your first time playing and it's kind of tough to follow along with what I'm doing. Because the NPCs in this game do give very valuable insight as to what your next thing is supposed to do. Or what you're supposed to be doing next, rather. Yeah. I'm just double checking that there's nothing I can do in this town right now, which I don't think there is. But before we go look for Tata, let's go to these cursed woods. Grab a mid potion. and a shelter. We'll ignore these frogs for now. A magic scarf. Who's there? Frog! Ah, Chrono, what brings you here? Come to practice your swordplay? What? His Majesty wounded? I see. There's naught I can do. Pray forgive me, but I'd like to be alone. So we'll leave him alone. I definitely recommend coming and talking to Frog first before you go do anything else. There's also one thing we can do in this area that I want to show off. But it requires us leaving and re-entering over and over until we find it. So until we find the enemy, I'll just cut to when we get to that part. There it is. This is a new, but before you fight the new, I highly recommend you get rid of these edible frogs. And also the snakes. Oh man, they have a lot more HP than I thought. This should do it. No? Oh. Well, there you have it. I'm wrong. News are very dangerous. As you could tell, they drop you down to 1 HP with their hits. They will not be able to kill you, but they don't need to kill you. The enemies near you do. Alright. And the snakes will eat the frogs, so if you just attack the snake first, you'll be able to kill the frogs pretty quick. But the snake doesn't do tons of damage or anything. Don't worry, New, I didn't forget about you. I gotta kill the snake first. There we go. Okay, news! These guys are very tanky, as in they have a lot of HP and a lot of defense. But, once again, they cannot kill you. So, get rid of all the other enemies on screen before you fight these guys. And for these guys, I just recommend using your physical attacks. It'll take a little bit of time, but it'll be better this way. Come on. What, you have like 500 health? That would be my guess. But yeah, no worries about healing during the battle with a new unless you still have enemies on screen. Oh, you got way more than 500. Do you have like 1,000? How much do you got, dude? Ooh, let's go. Chrono crit. Everyone is down to 1 HP. That's awesome. Oh my god. I think it actually does have 1,000 health. There we go. So, news give a boatload of experience and a boatload of TP. If you're looking to level up and get a lot of TP and such, you can always just use the news. For example, Cleave now only has 53 left, 43 for Cure and 53 for Napalm as well. One thing I do want to mention, let me heal a tiny bit before we go back out, just in case I encounter a battle. One tiny thing I forgot to mention back when we first left the end of time. Your party members that aren't in play, so for example, Robo right now, he is getting experience and keeping up in level. But Robo is not getting tech points, which is something I think this game does wonderfully. It gives you the experience, it just doesn't give you access to brand new moves. Regardless, before we go into the Dinodoro Mountains to find Tata, because that is actually where he is. We just haven't, I don't think any of the NPCs have told us that I've talked to. That is where he is, looking for the legendary sword, the Masamune. We'll do that next time. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.